Cricket is not just a game in the Caribbean. It's a way of life, its rhythm, its pride. And among the pantheon of West Indian cricket greats, one man quietly but relentlessly carved his name into history, not with flair or flamboyance, but with grit, endurance, and absolute dedication. That man is Shivnarine Chanderpaul. Today we take a deep dive into the remarkable journey of one of the most underrated cricketing warriors of our time. Born on August 16, 1974 in the small village of Unity in Guyana, Shivnarine Chanderpaul was introduced to cricket at a very young age. His father Kemraj Chanderpaul recognized his talent early and dedicated himself to shaping his son's future. At the tender age of 8, Chanderpaul was already practicing against bowlers much older than him. It wasn't just about playing, it was about surviving. It was about adapting. That instinct to endure, to adapt, would go on to define his entire career. He honed his skills in the rough cricketing circuits of Guyana, eventually captaining the Guyana under-19 team. By the age of 17, he was already representing Guyana in first-class cricket. And by 19, in 1994, he was walking out to bat for the West Indies Test team for the first time, against England at Bordeaux in Georgetown. In his debut match, Chanderpaul impressed immediately, scoring 62 runs with the calmness of a veteran. But behind that calm exterior, Chanderpaul was battling a secret, a painful groin injury. Few knew at the time that he played that innings with discomfort that would have sidelined most. That set the tone for his career. Not flashy, but filled with quiet heroism. Throughout the mid-90s, Chanderpaul often got starts, solid 40s and 50s, but struggled to convert them into big hundreds. Critics questioned his scoring ability, but what they missed was his rock-solid temperament. A wall was being built, brick by brick, innings by innings. Let's talk about that stance, that unmistakable crab-like front-on batting posture that baffled coaches, commentators, and bowlers alike. Facing the bowler almost square, looking more like a baseball batter than a test cricketer. Chanderpaul's technique was anything but textbook, but it worked. Oh, it worked. He once said, "My stance may look strange, but it helps me watch the ball till the last moment." And therein lay the secret. Chanderpaul wasn't trying to look good. He was trying to survive, to fight, to frustrate. His technique may not be in MCC manuals, but ask any bowler who tried to get him out during the 2000s, it was a nightmare. By the early 2000s, Chanderpaul had truly come into his own. The centuries began to flow. In 2002, he scored his first double century, 203 not out, against South Africa in Georgetown. It was a statement, a message that the man was not just a survivor, but now also a conqueror. From 2002 to 2008, Chanderpaul became the backbone of a crumbling West Indies batting lineup. As legends like Brian Lara retired and others struggled with form, it was Chanderpaul who kept the flame alive. In 2007, he was named one of Wisden's Cricketers of the Year. And in 2008, he won the ICC Cricketer of the Year award. Yes, that year, ahead of the likes of Dhoni, Ponting, and Callis. Who could forget his famous 104 not out against England at Old Trafford in 2004, where he batted with an injured finger and stood tall while the rest of the team collapsed? Or his last wicket partnership with Fidel Edwards in Antigua, 2009, when he shielded the new 11 from the strike and calmly took the game to a draw against England? Or his 136 not out against India in 2002, where he outbatted the likes of Tendulkar and Dravid in conditions that were turning square? These were not innings for the highlight reel. These were battles, duels, wars of attrition. And Chanderpaul was the last man standing. In 2005, Chanderpaul was handed the West Indies captaincy. It wasn't something he craved, but when the team needed him, he accepted. His tenure wasn't long, just a year, but his leadership reflected who he was: selfless, silent, and steady. He often batted with the tail, farmed the strike, and carried the team when others failed, and yet he never sought the limelight. No celebrations, no fist pumps, just a humble nod to the dressing room. Chanderpaul played his last test in 2015. After 164 tests, over 11,000 runs, 30 centuries, and an average of 51. Yet even in his late 30s and early 40s, he was still piling on runs in domestic and first-class cricket. His dedication to the game was unparalleled. He retired with grace, never bitter, never controversial. Just like he played, quietly and with dignity. In 2022, he was rightfully inducted into the ICC Hall of Fame. Chanderpaul's legacy is not just about numbers, though they are mighty impressive. His legacy lies in his resilience, in his discipline, in how he inspired countless young cricketers in the Caribbean to believe that you don't have to be flashy to be great. He showed that you can be different and still be successful. That technique is personal. That greatness doesn't always roar. Sometimes it whispers. He was the quiet anchor in a storm, the rock that never moved. So the next time you hear the name Shivnarine Chanderpaul, don't just think of the unorthodox stance or the relentless defense. Think of a man who fought for every run, who batted like his life depended on it, who gave everything to West Indies cricket without ever asking for anything in return. Shiv, we salute you, the quiet warrior, the unsung hero, the legend. If you enjoyed this tribute, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more deep dives into the world of cricket's greatest legends. Leave your favorite Chanderpaul memory in the comments below. Until next time, stay inspired.